Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Early Mornings LATE, the 6:30 edition. Big news across the board as for the first time ever, this channel delivered to you last night the provisions of the third stimulus package bill as concerning small business grants. Grants for you, grants for that person on the corner, grants for that restaurant down the street. I have all that big news across the board today. I'll also be going over more about what's in the third stimulus package as it impacts you. The Dow and NASDAQ ended relatively flat yesterday, up 65 and 25 respectively. Meantime, I'll have big updates about the viruses and the vaccine. And then I'll have new statements from Dr. About where we could see this economy just a few months from now. Exciting news. I'm here, you're here. I just don't see that baking yet. This is Early Mornings LATE. Good morning, everybody. It's Early Mornings LATE, the 6:30 edition. Thank you for joining me. If you did not watch the 6 o'clock edition before this video, please grab that. That was a big video. It went over the third stimulus package bill provisions that concern FPUC, that concern rent, that concern all these big items like check and more. But in this video, I'm going to go over more provisions, and I'll also give you a little recap of what happened on that one, in case you missed as well. And also, if you did not catch Eidl and FPUC on Overnight to LA, please watch them. They're very helpful videos because both those are impacted by this third stimulus. You're going to need to know how to get these things. And then last night was hazard pay. So if you didn't watch that video as well, tune into that as well. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video. And we're approaching about 308,000 subscribers, so let's get there today. Let's see if we can get it today. Thank you for the run. I think we're at 98 million viewers, and in 9 months we're trying to get to 100 million. Let's do it. Also, if you're not become a member, consider becoming a member. The link is in the top of this chat, bottom of the description as well. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Over there is an instant premiere, allows you to chat with your Purple Power buddies about what you're hearing in this recording, and boy, I know you had a lot to say last night about all this. It's a big day. I'm so excited you're here. Let's get right to it. Let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news is that the third stimulus package is being worked on this week. This is no surprise. I told you this last weekend. Each respective subcommittee of the House of Representatives that concerns that part of the bill is working on that part of the bill. For example, housing is working on housing. Small business is working on business. And so on and so forth. Ways and Means has the check, has the FPUC, and has the tax credits. The check, $1,400 an individual, $2,800 a married couple, $1,400 a child, and $1,400 an adult dependent. Yeah, it's not the $3,200. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's somewhere else. If you found the remainder, if you found the $3,200 somewhere else in the PDS as a member of this channel, send me a DM. I can't find it. I don't know. If, when I don't see something, it worries me. I presume it's not there until I see it otherwise. Next, FPUC, non-retro, not even to today's day. It goes from March to August. Why? $400 a week. Why $400 a week? Doesn't make clear as well. Then there is rent for low-income and middle-class and homeless people, but the homeless provision was written brilliantly. It includes people who are facing homelessness but are not yet homeless, and also deals with people who, because of social issues, are about to become homeless, like domestic violence survivors. So those are really great provisions. Mortgages didn't see it in there. And then the tax credit was just sort of wacky. Why? The tax credit is for 2021 tax year, meaning the tax return you're filing next year. Why? People need the tax credit money now. They don't need the tax credit money next year. The great news to start the new morning is that the progressives yesterday in an interview with Politico revealed that they've been able to modify language by pushing really loud and clear. So this is the time. This is the place between now and Friday. Is the real time for you to push. Take these videos, share them on social media, pick up the phone, call your elected officials, say, what's going on? Why did you change adult dependents from $3,200 to $1,400? What about the FPUC? What about the SS200? Contact Warren, contact our staff. What's going on? Let's get this going. And there you go. Now, in this recording, I want to go over what's going on with the businesses. But first, let me get to what's going on with the viruses. Johnson & Johnson CEO Alex Gorski said late last night that he thinks you're going to need to be vaccinated every year. The vaccine's not going to work year to year. Unfortunately, as the COVID virus spreads, it can also mutate. Every time it mutates, it's almost like another click on the dial, so to speak. So we can see another variant, another mutation that we have an impact on its ability to feed off antibodies and have a different kind of response, not only to therapeutic, but also to vaccine. Wow. But here was some really great, shocking news yesterday. There was actually 3 levels of it. One, Rich Gates, Walgreens Senior Vice President of Pharmacy and Healthcare, says that by March and April, everyone can get a vaccine. What? I'd say late March, early April will be the timeline that you'll have it more broadly across all of our stores, across the nation of pharmacies and other places start vaccinations. Excuse me? This is incredible. I mean, wait a second. We were just talking about July a few days ago. Then we're talking about May. Now we're talking about March. Late March. I'm just shocked. Then yesterday, Biden said he would start shipping it to community health centers, the vaccine. And then also yesterday, we learned that as of Tuesday, 43 million doses of the vaccine have been used in the United States, but only 9 million people have gotten 2 doses of the vaccine yet. So there you go. Dr. Fauci says that we need about 75 to 85% vaccination in this country until we are relatively in a normal circumstance. Okay, so that was that. Then came, I can't, I'm still laughing about this thing. I just gotta laugh. I mean, it's making my nose itch. It's just so wacky. Who wrote this thing? Is the person's name in the corner? No, their name is not in the corner. It's not like Neil who wrote that sick thing. This is this is just wacky. So what does it talk about? It talks about business grants. And what does it say about the EIDL grant? First of all, it uses the language I can't stand. The EIDL targeted grant advance. It makes my whole back shiver when I hear that. Why? Because that was the language of the second stimulus package, where we're only going to give EIDL grants to certain targeted businesses. Everyone else, you're not targeted enough. We only want targeted businesses. We don't want, untargeted businesses, which I don't, it's just, wait a second. That's not the concept of pandemic relief. Every business needs help. One way helping targeted businesses. That was the first thing. Then the second thing was the amount. You flip and you flip and you flip, and then suddenly you get to the big part and you're like, okay. And what does it say? It says $5,000. Excuse me? $5,000. It says $5,000 plus something. The plus is not clear. The $5,000 is very clear, and it's not $10,000. The number is $5,000 plus something. Now, if you have the ability to read through this brand new PDF, which I'll be rolling out today to viewers as well. I mean, you'll be up to like 20 PDFs at this point. And you want to read through it and give your interpretation. I'd love to hear your interpretation of it. It's section 6002, targeted EIDL advance. And one thing that's very good is it says they have to start paying them within 14 days after it becomes law. So none of that should be a Carranza stuff where you can sit around for 3 months and pay it. But it allocates $15 billion for it. And there you go. It's just like 3 pages long. The most important thing we're talking about for grants is just 3 pages long. Excuse me. Viewers of this channel have been waiting for the big business grants of the third stimulus package. Is that it? Well, no, I got another one for you in a second. But where's that business loan that President Joe Biden appeared on broadcast news, right after his inauguration on Thursday night, said, I'm going to give you a loan. You can go start a business. Business is important. Business is important. I'm going to give you a loan to go start a business. Where is that in here? I don't see it in here. Again, where is this thing? I'm starting to hear a lot of stuff, but I'm not sort of finding it. So I'd like someone to tell me where it is in here. I'll remind you that Nancy Pelosi did not tell us that was in here as well. She had a delineation of what's in here. Her delineation is exactly accurate. Joe Biden's representation, he's going to give you a business loan to go start a new business because you're the core of America. Well, it's not in here. Again, sort of confusing what's going on. What is in here is more money for stages. That's Chuck Schumer and Broadway. Yeah, Broadway. And then the restaurants. And I got to say, quote unquote restaurants. I'm not referring to just, a dining table with some cutlery and some glasses. It also covers food trucks and food carts. Taco stands, hibachis on the corner. Yes, I'm not exaggerating. It actually it says that language in there. So what can they get? $5 million loan grants, up to $5 million grants. Now, please. I'm going to give you a full warning, one time only. Please do not, if you're watching this video and you have a taco stand on the corner, send me a DM and say, can you go get me that $5 million grant? Because I will press delete on that tweet as fast as I can press delete. Can you give me that $5 million grant? Yeah. And what am I going to get out of it? A hot dog? I don't know what this bill is thinking it's doing. Why are we giving $5 million grants to food trucks? It's just, it actually says that. Now, understand, it says up to $5 million per location, but I can't fathom, I can't visualize the federal government ever giving anyone a $5 million grant for anything. But here, a restaurant is getting a $5 million grant. This is not, someone solving gene therapy or someone, reinventing the wheel. They're going to give a restaurant a $5 million grant just because they exist. That's the first thing. The second one is the grants are of the eligible window is for businesses that started before now on December 31st. Yeah, you know what I'm getting at. The way you read the bill is it sounds like if you go start a business right after recording this video, you can go get a $5 million grant after you hear this video. It's like, wait a second. The eligibility window is December 31st. I thought we're out of the pandemic by December 31st, President Biden. Why are the $5 million grants being given out to taco stands in December of this year? It doesn't make sense. The final one is there's a preference to women who apply for the grant. So, I not particularly clear, but if you and your wife both own the business, I suggest your wife applies for the grant, not you. Not particularly clear what's going on, and not particularly clear why it's $5 million. And I know what your comment's gonna say, because I'll say your comment before you even have to type it. I know you're going right into the comment section. You're about to write it. You can't even give us SSI and SSDI of $200 a month from now to December, and you can give a $5 million to a taco stand. Disgraceful. It really is disgraceful. It doesn't make any sense. This is where we call excess waste. No business should get a $5 million grant. I mean, I can't imagine any restaurant that qualifies for a $5 million grant, but we can't give $200 a month for people on SSI or SSDI. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. But let's just hope they change that language. Remember, you can push them to change language. And I'll be next with you on Mornings LATE at 8:30. Thank you for being so kind to me. It's been very tough on recording. As you know, I'm in pain on this side of my face, but I really appreciate your kindness and your thoughts and wishes. Join me at 8:30, approximately 8:30 a.m. or 9 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time with a continuation on Mornings LATE. If you've not subscribed, subscribe. Also like this video. And if you're not become a member, become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay my life for more.